Hello class 9 students, welcome to my channel Online Biology Tutorials. We are studying chapter number 5 of our NCERT, and that is the fundamental unit of life. In this video we will discuss the plasma membrane. What is its function, what is its structure, and what all things it does. Okay, so if you talk about a cell, generally we categorize the cell into two parts. One could be the plant cell and another could be the animal cell. As the name itself is making sense, that the cells that are present in plants would be a part of plant cell. The cells that are present in animals, that will be a part of animal cell. Now, whenever we talk about animal cell, the animal cell has a layer outside. This outside layer is known as plasma membrane, which I am writing as PM, and the centrally placed part, which is generally in the center of the cell, it is known as the nucleus. So in animal cell, plasma membrane forms the outermost layer, whereas in the plant cell, the outermost layer is the cell wall, and then just inner to the cell wall occurs the plasma membrane. So what we have concluded by seeing the plant and the animal cell, that plasma membrane is present both in the plant and the animal cell, but it forms the outermost layer in the case of animal cell, right? So suppose we have just taken a part of this plasma membrane where I have drawn the lines, and I want to show you the enhanced view of the plasma membrane. Then this is how plasma membrane looks, right? So plasma membrane is made up of various atoms that could be carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, and lot others. Okay, so plasma membrane contains all those atoms, and these atoms are basically a part of lipids and proteins, right? So lipids and proteins forms the plasma membrane, right? So if we want to show the structure, how lipids and proteins are being arranged in a plasma membrane, this one structure shows the lipid. So you can see that various such red color structures are there here in the upper layer and here in the second layer as well. So this is our first layer, this is our second layer. Two layers of lipids are there. That is why we will call it as a bilayer. Okay, now this structure is similar to the sandwich that we eat. Now whenever you eat sandwich, you take two slices. This is one slice, this is second slice, and then you have filling in between, right? This filling is there in between. So lipids actually, they form the bilayer. Lipid will be occurring on the upper layer as well and in the lower layer as well. This is very important to know that the lipids, they form the bilayer in the case of plasma membrane, right? Now in this lipid, we have shown the structure of one lipid with the help of a circle and two tails. Okay, what does it mean now? This head is hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means, philic means loving. Okay, and hydro means water, means this is that portion of the lipid that is water loving. So water can occur nearby to this position of the lipid, whereas these two are the tails, means this must be made up of certain atoms, and we are showing it in the form of a line. These tails are hydrophobic in nature. Okay, hydrophobic in nature means they will be water fearing. Phobic means fear and hydro means water. So actually these tails are the ones that would be repelling the water. So that is why they are away from the water. Okay, now one more thing I just want to show you. Suppose this is a cell again. Okay, this is a cell again, and this is the plasma membrane that I have made by pink color. Okay, this is our plasma membrane. So inside the plasma membrane, it will be cytoplasm, and this will be the outside position, okay, outside the cell, which we call as extracellular region. Extracellular region would be outside the cell. Okay, this is important to know. Now we will again see the structure of plasma membrane and we will do the labeling. So this was our cell, and this is a portion of the plasma membrane that has been shown to you in a zoomed view. Okay, now as I said, it will be the cytoplasm, and this will be the outside region or the extracellular region. Similarly, if we want to mark the same thing here, it will be the outside portion, and this will be the cytoplasm. Okay, so this same thing will be continued, and this will form the complete plasma membrane. So plasma membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. What are these structures? So these are the lipids, okay, and this is the protein which is found on the external side. So we will be naming it as extrinsic protein. The one on the inner side will be known as intrinsic protein. Intrinsic means inner side, because it is found inside the cell near cytoplasm. That's why we are calling it as intrinsic. And in between, there are special type of proteins which are known as transmembrane proteins, which cross the lipid bilayer. See, one bilayer is this one and another bilayer is this one. And the transmembrane proteins, they are occurring in between. So what is the composition of the plasma membrane? It is formed of lipids and proteins. Okay, and this model which we have studied, this is also known as fluid mosaic model. So if it is asked to you what is fluid mosaic model, then you need to draw this. Along with this, you should also know that this model was given by Singer and Nicholson. So plasma membrane structure, we have seen that it is made up of lipids and proteins. Lipids are of two types, hydrophilic and hydrophobic, and proteins may be found externally. If they are found externally, we call them as extrinsic. Internally, intrinsic. The one that cross the bilayer are transmembrane proteins. Now we are heading towards functions of plasma membrane. Okay. So I would recommend that you should write along with me. Here are the functions of the plasma membrane. It is the outermost layer of the animal cell. As we have just spoken about it, that in animal cell, plasma membrane forms the boundary, right? It helps in separating the cell from outer environment, right? If this is the plasma membrane, this is the inner of the cell and this is the outer of the cell. So it is separating the cell from the outer environment. Of course, it is giving shape to the cell. It is selectively permeable in nature. Make sure that you should underline all these points whenever this question will come in exam. Okay, so plasma membrane is selectively permeable in nature. Selectively means it will only allow some molecules to pass through it. Not everything will get inside the cell because of the plasma membrane. Because it is occurring on the outer side, so of course it will be protective. In nature, we have seen that it is present both in the plant and the animal cell. Plasma membrane also helps in diffusion and osmosis, which are very important phenomena to be understood. It also helps in the bulk transport, right? So we should learn each function of the plasma membrane along with its structure. A long question can come on it that give the structure of the plasma membrane and what is its function. So you need to prepare in full. Now question from this video is, that who gave fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane. The students who will be answering these questions in the comment portion of this video, I would be taking their names in the next video. I hope you are liking my videos. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and do not forget to share and subscribe my channel with your friends and family members. Thank you. See you in next video.